What the fuck is up, YouTube? Chilling like a rock star villain. We got starting them wands again because I'm getting a P.O. box set up, dudes and dudettes. That's most definitely what's up. I haven't got a single text all day from these trolls. Oh, they've been doing it nonstop for weeks. You better not go live, pussy. And dumb shit like that. So I finally started saying to him, you better not watch my lives, asshole. And just hanging up on them. It's not even trolling, it's just harassing and dumb. Haven't got a text all fucking day. Well, would you look at that? Yep. Now, I won't say when, YouTube, but I am getting a P.O. box set up in the next couple of days. So I figured it'd be a good time to start making the wands again. So when you buy a Cobra Craft handmade wand and you want to send me some cool shite in the mail, you know, the P.O. box, I'll be able to go down and pick it up. We got a fresh stick. I'm going to whittle it into essentially what is the finished product, which is the one I carry. Now, when I go to paint them, that'll be outside, of course. But I can carve it inside just because that stuff right there for painting the wands is a little fumy. That's why we go outside for it. So while I'm sitting here carving out a wand, I had a fan send me a text. He says, what do you think about Coca-Cola asking people to act less white? Do you find that offensive? Thoughts? I'm going to approach this as delicately as I possibly can, YouTube. I'm not here to offend nobody. However, I get tired of racism on all sides. So I start thinking to myself, what do you mean stereotypically white? Watching NASCAR on the weekends and drinking a beer with rubber guns? Or is it because we're crackers and we like cheese? Sir, the term is saltine American. And yes, we do like cheese. Keep in mind, YouTube, that if this were told to any other person of skin color, it would be deemed, you know what I'm saying, offensive. So I'm like, Could you imagine the white assholes from the 1950s being told, dude, all the bullshit you're doing is just going to be affected onto your next of kin like 40, 50, 60 plus years down the road. And they're going to be sitting there saying it's okay to be white to racist people. And you really didn't. They'd be laughing, also going, hey, wait a minute. I feel like that's just systematic segregation at work. Fuck racism in all forms. And the sad part of it is, YouTube, only 100% with you right now, is racism exists in all races, man. Now, I want to do something really cool with the paint jobs on these wands. I want to create like a snake scale pattern. You'll get the base color and then a different color. I'll make like 10 of them so that when I get the P.O. box set up, I'll be able to list them and sell them. Yeah, buddy. Sitting here carving out a wand, get all these knots out, and then we're gonna carve the blade of it. So all I gotta do is snip the point and define the handle. And the phone's blowing up. Nice troll comment, bro. Hold on, I gotta slay this loser. It's for your mom. Regular show. I've heard it all from these fucking losers. They called me pretty much everything in the book. They even made up some bullshit saying, did you get arrested, Cobra? I'm like, nope, still sitting here making wands. Fuck the trolls. The vacuum cleaner I have is brand spanking new and it works just beautifully. And I'm carving the wand into the trash can. And then when I grab my sander, I'll hold it over the container and whittle it out. And eventually it'll turn into something like this, which is what I carry, with the handle. Yep. Mine just happens to have a little orb in it. Yeah. Almost there, man. That subreddit is literally a cancer on society and represents everything wrong with it. But when it starts attracting real fans who are like, hey, wait a minute. I mean, between the Coca-Cola shit and, you know, all of a sudden, that's why I don't bitch about my trolls as much. I laugh at them. They're pathetic losers. There's so much more bullshit going on in our society, and nothing you can do about it. Sitting here carving some wands for Etsy. I was so disgusted by the articles and all that shit. I don't know why they think it's funny when there are people out there who have been through some shit. And quite honestly, it just shows you how vile and disgusting my trolls are. And they do it because I've got 20K subscribers. They don't. And all they're going to do is sit there and talk shit. So you just ignore them to a point and then just keep doing your thing. That's all you can do. That's what's going to piss them off more than anything, YouTube, is seeing them, you know what I'm saying? I've been very blunt on this topic before, so I'm not going to go into detail. Satanic 11 rules of the earth. Yep. Solid. A little bit of sanding to rough out those edges. This just needs to be trimmed and sanded. We'll start with just one for now. Paint it. Makes the cleanup much easier. And doing one at a time ensures a more even quality versus being in a rush to get a shit done at once. Do one color, let it dry, wrap around the blade a couple of times with like a spiral snake pattern, hit it with another color, let it dry, take that material off. Getting more creative with the wands, man. I've done that pattern before on one or two batches. It looks pretty sick. But like I said, it's the painting is done outside now. If I'm using that kind right there. So we're gonna take, and that'll be like the end of it where the tip is going in. And then we're gonna make this side and sand it down a bit, and we'll form it with the sander. It's got some bend to it, but I'm putting all my bicep into it, and it's not breaking. This branch passes Cobra Craft Handmade Wand quality inspection. So by the time I paint it, polish it, and everything, it'll look nice. There we go. Pretty much ignoring the phone at the moment. Working on a wand. Yeah. That's a nice length. Trolls are so jealous of my Etsy store. They're like, this guy has the balls to make his own wand and sell them on Etsy. Fuck him. Yeah, people are going to be jealous of what you do, YouTube, and nothing you can do about it, whether you're a successful YouTuber or not. Do longer ones matter? Depends on the spell, I guess. I know staves have a much more powerful output for magic than your basic handheld, but it still gets the job done either way. Yes. Yeah. Got some wood shavings right in there. Easy enough to pick up. And the next step is going to be sanding it smooth and making it more refined and getting rid of those cut marks and all that. And after a bit, I'll go paint it. Oh, I didn't plug it all the way. Oh, you wanker. There we go. Nice and neat. Beautiful YouTube. The bigger ones take longer to make. Crystal ones with the quartz at the end. They look sick, but they take a wee bit of time to make. There's a lot more that goes into it. That's why I charge more for them. These handheld ones don't take nearly as long. Well, no, that sucks. If it snapped that easily after I sanded it, then that definitely was a little too dry. Quality check. Yep. God damn it. Which sucks, but hey, we got plenty of wandwood to use. Now I got a tarp underneath my workbench that catches all the trimmings and dust, so it's relatively easy cleanup. Now, aside from the racial BS, why is it that when people take a break from dating, it's gotta be some fucking movement? You're an SJW, you're this, you're that, you're LMNOP, QRS, MTG, wow, what the fuck ever. Fuck this men going on their own bullshit and this goddamn sim culture we live in. Because, you know, when women are looking for a man to marry, they'll do things to please a man. And they get shamed for it all the time. It ain't right. But now men are starting to get a taste of what it's like, and they don't like it. Like, fuck simp culture, man. Hey. And the incels are worse. I'll move into it. carving up a wand for Etsy tubes. I'll make this one clear coat. I like the way that looks. Fuck the snow, fuck the snow, and fuck the snow, and fuck the snow. Y'all know that cold Christmas, you know, this shit is funny as fuck. The Fuck the Snow song on the Cobra's Crew Christmas Carol album was some seriously good shit. Now that would be a cool little orb for the bottom of it to go with that clear coat. Then we put some leather and polish on it. But check that out. Look at the way the colors in that. That's cool looking, dude. I had to trim that off right there at the end. Look at the foam, nice clean break on the tip. That looks better, much better. right, that passes the quality inspection of it. Yeah. I'm gonna hike them riches up. Never beg it. Alright, here we go. Now, in order to put that orb in, and then we'll use like some black leather for the handle. That'll look nice. We're not gonna paint this one, just do it with that bark the way it looks. Hell yeah. Now we're going to grab some clear drying Gorilla Glue and put a dab in there. I'm going to take this and put it in the end of it. Nope. Some bitch, that happens. There we go. It's screwed into place. Sweet. This will be at the handle of it. Sweet. There we go. I'm going to let that dry. Should do a handle for it next. I think we shall, yes. Let the handle dry. That way we got it there. This will be available on the list of wands for Etsy. I may have to charge a little bit more because this is a cool little dealio on the end for the handle. Satanic 11 rules of the earth. Isn't it a beautiful thing? All right, so now we're going to wrap the wand. Now I want to pull that leather as tight as we can. Now, a wand like this don't take very long to make. Get this one done, move on to the next one. Weather's getting warmer. And I took a real stick that I collected in Mother Earth, in or with the aid of Mother Earth. It's collected from Mother Earth. And it's not gonna be done just yet. Put a couple drops of glue on those leather knots so that handle doesn't move anywhere. But now you can see a wand is starting to form. Using the clear coat with the bark, the way that looks up close is pretty cool looking. Very rustic and earthy. I haven't made wands in a while. And like I said, I'm getting a P.O. box set up soon. I figured now would be a good time to start working on wands again. There we go. Now I want to put some Gorilla Glue on those leather knots. That'll keep the handle from moving around. And then I use like a lacquer over the whole thing where it dries clear and shiny. And then it protects the wood and the paint. And bada boom, bada bing, you got a wand, man. One magic wand. I put a little bit of glue around the edge where that leather meets the orb, just for security, so that way it was in there pretty tight when I screwed it in, and you saw me do that live. Yep. So I wrap the leather up. Well, that boom and dustpan at? Yeah, there it be. Now, when the glue dries on the leather, I trim that excess leather so the knot is the only thing you see over that little dab of glue. And because it's clear drying Gorilla Glue, it ain't going anywhere. It's clean, it looks professional. Now, luckily, that orb had a screw in it. Big shout out to the fan who made those. Those are actually pretty sweet looking. He's like, you can use one for your wand, maybe use one for Etsy. I don't know if you know it, dude. I'm gonna get the tarp swept up right quick, vacuum around it. And if you're gonna wrap leather around, you want to pull it nice and tight. Otherwise, it's gonna move around on you, and it's annoying as shit. I'll use copper, leather, hemp string for handles. I mean, I've seen people use the lathes. I'll take a block of wood and chisel it out, which is cool. But that takes a lot of space. So having a mini sander like this is honestly much easier to use. By the time I get to polishing that one, I'll start carving out the next one. There we go. That is beautiful. There we go, tubes. So, start another batch of wands. Get back to chat. See how you cool cobras are doing. Wait a second. Can we make a wand from this thing? Or is that too bendy? Yeah, that's too breakable. That one is too. Again. Yeah, standards. Standards for the wand wood. That's just too brittle. Nope. That matches it. So we got plenty of wand wood that we could use. This one, I don't know. I have too many splits in the wood. I might have to scrap that one. Cobra Craft Handmade Wands does have a standard for the wood I use to make it. You know, it has to be hard to break and hard to snap. If it's hard to snap, then it's sturdy. And if it's sturdy, it's a good wand. Now set on that. This next one, if it's not too bendy, you could carve a really long wand with this one and like trim it down to here, you know. That's sturdy as fuck. I can add another orb to it. Make it. This one's big enough. By the time I trim it, man, on the end right there, sweet. Now that we have got the wand batch officially started, we'll visit chat for a bit. I use a Mod Podge Gloss Luster. That's the one I use to make it shiny. And you can also get paints that have acrylics in it. There's different ways to color it, man. You can quite literally stain it with wood stain. I've done a couple of those. I actually have a dark cherry wood stain that I've used. That's just what it says on the label, right there. Here we go. No caller ID. Let's see. Hello. Aw. That sounded like a fangirl who was very happy to talk to me. That's what's up. That's what makes me laugh about getting rejected. Is if you have that effect on women, it doesn't really matter at that point. Now, does it, Tubes? I'm not sure what the wood is, to be honest. I'll walk around to healthy, big-sized trees and collect branches. Trees that are smaller haven't had a chance to grow, I leave alone. Or if I'm going on a hike at Crimson Dawn and I see a bunch of sticks, just collect them, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. And Crimson Dawn is a kick-ass place to go to in Casper, especially if you're into the occult. That'd be interesting to bring on a Ouija board up there and see what kind of activity we get. Ooh. That is your opinion, I'll get banned. Yes. Better not look at the subreddit, boy. I really don't. I think that subreddit is pathetic, to be honest. And if they keep it up, they're going to get arrested for cyberbullying. It's actually being investigated right now for that very reason. That subreddit has doxed my old address, which is why I'm getting a P.O. box for my new wands. So when I go to ship the wands out with the next batch, the P.O. box is where you can send me the fan mail as well. Well, that's just it. People who make their whole entire life out of making one person miserable when that person's happier than they are in life. I don't want to look at the subreddit. I can look at it if I want to. It's still up there. Like, you people are dumb, dude. Holy shit. You think Cobra needs a vacation, huh? Well, that's sweet of you to say. But I haven't made wands in several months because of how cold it's been. So believe me, now I'm getting my P.O. box set up here soon. You know what I'm saying? I'll be able to ship the wands out. I love banning the you better not check comments. The you better not comments. They quit doing it on my phone because I didn't give them the satisfaction they want. I know it's like me shooting down trolls in my comment section. Pew! Feel the slay of the troll hammer. Thank you to whoever bought a Gothic King Cobra t-shirt. Appreciate that. And we got 2 Cobra Craft MA1 shirts sold. I've been doing really good on the t-shirt sales these last couple of days, and I do appreciate that. And in fact, I got a payout for $10 just recently. That's most definitely what's freaking up. I'll work on the album, of course, after a bit while that one's drying. Sweet. So the trolls wanted me to lose at life, and it's not working. I'm getting more subscribers. But the fans wanted me to talk about the whole Coca-Cola thing. Now, I like Coca-Cola products, the soda pop, the cherry Coke's delicious. Hey, look at that. There's the $9.89 from Teespring. Sweet. Go ahead and instant transfer that some bitch. And with it being the end of the month, I gotta leave it in there. You know what I'm saying? It may take me a while, but I make that money. And that's why the trolls are jealous of my freaking hustle. I've already got $28 on hold. Hey. You can't let these fuckers get to you, otherwise YouTube is no longer fun. And that's what they want, in all honesty. They're jealous that you get to have fun making videos for an audience while their lame asses are sitting at home wishing they had my fame. And it's kind of funny to think about it, if you think about it. I don't let the attention go to my head, but I just think it's funny. Because if I had a YouTuber I hated, I wouldn't spend every waking moment harassing them and their family. And you know what I'm saying? It's dumb. Even if they were the biggest, most miserablest piece of shit on the planet, I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta say that's their fucking problem. Yep. Although, if the weather keeps up, I might go collect me some more wand wood. Casper's a mountain town, so there's plenty of tree branches to trim. Got the Antoine LaVey goatee going. Yes. So yeah, again, thank you to I appreciate that. Appreciate Teespring getting me that money as quickly as possible. When I get that wand done, I'll show you the finished product. Nice little hour-long stream. That's what's up. Oh, I care about my fans more than you realize, dude. You know what I'm saying? I've helped my fans through some tough times. My videos have kept a lot of people sane. And my gender relations are actually helping the dating scene. My rants are actually doing that, and that's what's really pissing the people off that hate me, is that he's willing to sacrifice his dry spell to improve gender relations overall, while he builds his empire, which will give me more pick. You know what I'm saying? Because becoming a top tier dude doesn't just happen overnight. Thank you for checking out the channel. I'll go into that Coca-Cola rant. Like I said, I was going to do. I might have summed it up pretty good at the beginning of the stream. But all I'm saying, YouTube, is if it's not okay for us to do it, it shouldn't be okay for them to do it. You know, and that's the thing about systematic racism. A lot of whites are born into privilege before they even know what privilege is. And depending on the system in which they're placed, they either one, grow up extremely racist, or two, grow up with some sort of white guilt. If you have white guilt, to be humble about your privilege, and if they say this isn't your fight to fight, then stay out of it. Let them do their thing. But at the same time, it's like, dude, could you imagine if Coca-Cola had said that about any other race? You know, could you be less Asian or some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? People would call them racist and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, some white people were assholes back in the day. But being a racist right back isn't going to fix the situation. I hate to say it, that's just the cold, ugly truth. You know what I'm saying? You're going to bitch about segregation, and then if you don't say shit or stand up for segregation when it happens to other people, then segregation is never going to end. That's just the truth, no matter how grand or small that segregation may be. That's why I preach power to the people. You're stronger in numbers. Your voices are louder. People have often said things that have followed certain people for the rest of their life. Even if they conquered the battle, those words that they're whatever, you know what I'm saying? But when you stand up for equality, you got people who are just so used to the systematic oppression on any side, really, that you get chastised for it in some way. And when certain movements have caused a shit ton of damage, all in the name of peaceful protest, why? Because there are pieces of building everywhere because people are rioting. No, it's safe to say, and fuck mass shootings, but you know what I'm saying, riotings have become the new mass shooting in our country, and thankfully we haven't had one in a long time. I appreciate that. So does the rest of the country. You know what I'm saying? We're all in the middle of a pandemic, trying to make the best of it. Oh, you know what sad it takes? A goddamn coronavirus pandemic to literally slow down mass shootings. Just the pain and grief you see on people's faces wasn't enough. Trying to end gun violence. But then here's a little interesting fact. Did you know that on that same note, guns kill less people than knives do? And if you say that and you're one of those anti-gun people, keep in mind it can be used for good, but that rarely gets focused on. It doesn't fit the narrative, does it? You know, do you think that some dude stopping a bad guy trying to hurt his family with a gun gets in the news? Sometimes, yes, but very often, no. Usually it's the focus the other way around. Which, the way you look at it, YouTube, drawing attention to that issue is a good thing that's to help spread awareness and stop it, because I'm sick of it. Democrats hate guns, well, unless you count Joe Biden, who famously said, sometimes all you need is a double barrel shotgun. And Republicans support guns, generally speaking. Yet both sides hate gun violence. And instead of focusing on the both sides hate gun violence, a lot of these political discussions end up into a name calling contest because you either support guns or you don't support them. Watching the new episode of The Family Guy, I was like, oh, the bit with Joe's car was funnier than shit. And the segue to this, because think about it. Peter Griffin made some joke about how guys who have fully restored cars and go to hot rod shows have dicks that don't work. It was just some joke, and one I'm sure the ladies could appreciate because that was pretty funny. I'm like, ha ha ha. That's just it. As guys, we're not allowed to like guns or loud cars without it being about our dicks or our dick size. And it's just like, if that were the truth, guys would be carrying Barrett 50 cals. Every guy can testify to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see a sweet car go by, the pipes are rumbling, and you're just like, yeah, that sounds nice. And then your girlfriend, maybe she's not into cars, but some chicks are, some chicks aren't. And the ones that aren't usually are thinking to themselves, you're just trying to compensate for something. It's like, really? Could you imagine if men started saying things like, no, the only reason you shop for clothes is because you're compensating for your body size. Oh, the same argument. No, that wouldn't go over very well, would it, gentlemen? No. So don't do that. Like, oh, the only reason you're shopping at Victoria's Secret is because you're compensating for small boobs, but I'm the insensitive asshole when I say it. And then meanwhile, you had chicks in the 1960s, which you call the bra burning generation. I thank you. That was a joke for the men and for the ladies because both sides are laughing at that shit. Like, well, yeah, that's kind of true. I mean, stop that. You know what I'm saying? Women will make this sexist remark. Men and their guns, men and their cars, men and their trucks. You come on down to states like Wyoming, it's a different story. There are chicks who drive trucks down here, man. Yeah. So your argument is quite honestly invalid at that point. You know what they ought to do? They ought to make truck tits. You know what I'm saying? For the ladies who drive the trucks. You know what I'm saying? Why not? That'd be funnier than shit, dude. You got the truck nuts that sag off the tailgates. Why not make them look like saggy boobs? That'd be funnier than shit. That's a multi-million-dollar idea. I mean, if we're all about gender equality on my channel, right? It's going pretty good. Making a wand for Etsy. Got one on the bench drying right now. As soon as the leather and the glue's done drying on the handle, I'm going to podge it. And while it's drying on the podge, I'll carve out and start another one. Getting a P.O. box set up sometime soon. So I figured I'd start making another batch of wands. Ah, man, how y'all doing? That's how you feel. Well, if you're going to spam, you're going to get banned. You can get banned too. Banning trolls left and right. That was a double slay of troll. Smell that? Satanic 11 rules of the earth, bitch. Smells like freshly slayed trolls. Poot poot. We're sitting here chilling out, making a wand, making people laugh. I wasn't trying to be a dick, just pointing out some obvious, because if men totally said crap like that's the way we would totally get the doghouse. Ever seen the new Toyota truck? It's got a psychic pair of tits on the back. Ain't that some shit? Yep. When you're so pronouns, you want to now gender neutralize your truck. Usually when it's in neutral, it's driving, but what the fuck is that? Because God forbid you call your truck a dude, because now you're being a sexist. Maybe. I might cover that song in a. I might cover that song. Yeah. Pony by Genuine for the of age, huh? Maybe. I gotta be careful doing vocal covers on YouTube. I like doing vocal covers for my of age fangirls. I have a set list of songs that I do quite well, even if it's not my cup of tea, as far as the music goes. Yeah. Maybe I might restream here in a bit after I record some GarageBand. I noticed that the system input volume works better when I'm not streaming. This is probably just because it's adjusting while I'm trying to record a video. It happens. I want to give you all the good news. Got a PL box setting up. I started working on another batch of wands, and I put a wand together on stream. The only thing that's going to be left on that is to trim the excess leather and put the lacquer on it, which will not take very long. Because it has the orb at the end of it, I'm going to have to charge a little bit more for it. Yep. That's most definitely what's up. So, thank you for watching, and look at you, cool cobras, later.